Hello everyone. This weekend I ended up, I asked my dad if I could borrow his four-wheeler because I have some jobs around here I'd like to use one for. We don't have our own four-wheeler, and we typically either borrow my dad's or my father-in-law's. Actually, my father-in-law usually lets us keep his throughout the summertime, and so we're really lucky to be able to have access to those. But truly, I just need to save up and buy my own four-wheeler because it's probably one of the things you never thought you'd use as much as you do, but when we have one, we practically use it every day. And I've really missed not having one in the wintertime, so we're borrowing one today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some frost seeding, and we're going to frost seed our hayfield. We planted our hayfield last year. There's some patchy spots in it where we didn't really have any seed grow, so I want to go over those patchy spots and try to reseed them. So of course I'm learning how to do this. I've never grown hay and stuff before, so I got on the Department of Agriculture and I did some reading, and they suggested to frost seed between February 1st and March 1st in the area that I live. And we are right here at the end of February right now when we're filming this, so I want to go ahead and get this done, but I've been waiting for a day that's actually cold enough. I wanted the ground to be kind of frozen, only for the reason that I didn't want to rut up everything with a four-wheeler or a tractor or anything like that. So it's supposed to be 21 degrees this morning, so I'm hoping that the ground is firm enough and slightly frozen enough that we can spread all this seed and I won't make a bunch of tracks and rut everything up. So like I said, I'm trying to learn all this. I'm doing a lot of reading, and from what I understand, frost seeding, it doesn't really work on all types of seed. And so they say that legumes actually do fairly well frost seeding, and particularly medium red clover is probably suggested to be one of the best things that you can frost seed and have a high germination rate. As far as grasses are concerned, there's really not a lot of grasses I think that necessarily frost seed well, but they do say that orchard grass does do well frost seeding, and that just happens to be one of the grasses that we planted in the hayfield. So that's what we're going to start at today. We're going to start in the hayfield, and I actually have some orchard grass stored away in these trash cans, and we're going to hit all those patchy spots and try to get them to grow full of grass so I don't have any bare spots in the field. Now I also have some mixture of the alfalfa, timothy, and orchard grass from the original planting back in spring last year. I have that stored away in a trash can as well, and it's not doing me any good in this trash can. And it's getting older. It's a year old. I'm going to go ahead, after I'm done with the orchard grass, I'm going to still go ahead and use that seed and overseed the hayfield with it as well. Now I understand that the timothy probably will not want to germinate at all, probably have a really low germination rate. Now the alfalfa is a legume, but I'm not sure if it will germinate real well, but at least the orchard grass that's in that mixture should germinate well. So I understand that when I put that on there, that mixture, I'll probably have a really low germination rate overall, but it's not doing me any good in that trash can, so we're going to go ahead and use it up today. So we'll take a quick look at the alfalfa field. Got a little bit of leaves on here from the woods, but as we look down, get a little closer, you can see those little bit of alfalfa in there. The deer ate it all the way down to the ground, and we got some orchard grass and some grasses coming up. So here in the middle, it don't look too bad. It's not patchy. But the problem is on the outer edge. The closer we get to the outer edge, you can see you start getting patches where there's not any grass. We got bare spots. And then of course, as we get to the last 10 feet, like this last 10 feet is just very bare. There's just very little grass coming up through here. So that's what we're gonna hit today. Most of this outer edge doesn't have very much grass in it, and we're gonna hit that, try to get it to come up before the summer weeds do. So you can see it's kind of interesting. We got this one path of the cedar went through here, and you got all this orchard grass that came up later on, and it's got like a little green strip that came through here. But you can tell the difference between where the grass is and where there is no grass. So today we're using an agri-fab pull behind spreader, and we picked this up last year, and I think it holds about 170 pounds worth of capacity in the hopper. So we've got the opening of the gate, or how much seed flows through, we got that set on 5. And everything you read on here, everything like over here it says it, and here it says 3 miles an hour, which I personally think that's a little hard to go that slow. That's pretty slow. So I don't know if I'll be able to go that slow, I'll be honest with you. There is a digital readout for speed on this four-wheeler, but I think I'm just going to try to go 5. I'm going to push it a little bit, I guess, because 3 is slow, and hopefully that'll throw the seed just a little bit farther. But we'll go ahead and get this seed on the ground. So this is our mixture of alfalfa, timothy, and orchard grass. So the smaller grass seed is timothy, the bigger grass seed is the orchard grass, and then the pink stuff, that's your alfalfa. It's got some kind of inoculation or something on it that basically helps it grow better, from what I understand. So let's go ahead and get this spread on the field. I'll tell you, even though I've got several layers of clothes on right now, I've got thermals on underneath here. You ride around on that four-wheeler, even at like 5 miles an hour for like a half an hour, that's still enough to kind of get you cold. So I'm a little chilled, I'll be honest with you. But that four-wheeler, it did not want to go 3 miles an hour like the spreader suggested. It would, you know, this is a progressive transmission four-wheeler or something like that. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, it has a high and a low. You really don't have gears that you shift through. So I was able to put it in low and maintain 5 miles an hour, okay? But I could not maintain 3. It was just too low of a speed. So we ran the spreader a little faster than it suggested, but it did fine. We got the grass seed on the ground. Now, obviously, this spreader is probably designed to pull behind a lawn tractor. I mean, 3 miles an hour, that's pretty slow speed, right? So that's probably what it's truly designed for. Now, I don't have like a ton of acreage that I'm trying to plant in grass seed right now. So we've got the 3-acre hayfield, probably got a couple acres around the house and the orchard. We got a couple acres out in the pasture. I mean, I think this is big enough that I can handle what I need it to do right now. It does hold like about 170 pounds worth of grass seed. So it gets the job done, and it was, you know, it was a cheap enough price that it was in my price range. Now later on, if we plant the 12-acre field in the front, if we take that off of rent and put that as pasture to put animals on, now 12 acres would be a bunch to try to seed all at once. So I definitely would probably look at getting a bigger spreader or seeder if we did the front pasture, you know, the front field eventually. But for right now, I think this thing has it does the job. So the grass seed we put down today, I didn't go purchase that, you know, recently or nothing. This is all seed that was actually left over from last spring when we planted this field the first time, when we tried the seed drill and tried to drill in the seed. That was seed left over from them. So it's almost a year old, and it was good to get that seed on the ground. Hopefully we'll get some germination out of it, and we will fill in these bare spots, and hopefully the whole hayfield will be filled in, you know, here in the summertime. But you know, we don't want any bare spots in this field, so we had too many bare spots. If I let them go and not do anything, they would just fill full of weeds. So I needed to do something. So we're trying the frost seeding right now, and hopefully this will work. I guess here in a few months, if I still have bare spots, I'm going to have to come back and do something else just to try to keep the weeds out of the hayfield. But hopefully this will all fill in, and we'll be able to come back this summer and get our first cutting of hay off of this field, and then we'll you know, get to be able to bale our own hay. So that's going to be a little bit of an adventure. Might be a nightmare. I don't know. I've never baled hay, so it's going to be a learning experience. And you guys are welcome to come along as we, you know, try to learn every piece of equipment and try to learn how to do this. And we are running old equipment, so it will not go easy, guaranteed. I'm going to have breakdowns. Things ain't going to go right. I might have a few beeps in the video. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, I think that's it for today on this. I got what I wanted done here. I got the seed spread. I got that old seed that I had. I got it spread on the hayfield. So anyway, I think I'm going to end this video. And I know I've got some other things I can probably use this four-wheeler for. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.